In the kitchen with Chef Carol, guys. Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas Eve. God bless you. Today I'm going to be with the grands. I'm going to be making homemade cookies. I'm going to be making the chocolate chip. We're going to be making the sugar cookies and the peanut butter cookies. We're making the original cookies. But right now I'm going to be making a small dish of peach cobbler. That's going to go for the dinner tomorrow. So let's get started with our peach cobbler. So I have two pie crusts. I got the regular pie crust. I'm just going to use that to layer my dish. Just going to go ahead and layer the dish. And then I can go ahead and start with my peaches, get them all nice and cooked and sweetened. In which I have 5 cans, but I think I may only need 4, so I just got 5 just to be on the safe side. So I'm just going to take the pie crust here, let me move this out the way, and I'm just going to layer the bottom of my dish with the pie crust, the already made pie crust. Then I'm going to make a nice star decorations to put over top of the peach cobbler. Just decorated for the holiday because the star represents Jesus' birth. So that's what I'm doing today. When the 3 wise men followed the star. Okay. So I think I'll take the other one to make sure I finish layering the dish. So that's 2 pie crusts for the bottom. And I'm going to have the grands finish up the gingerbread house there. But I didn't do the sides in the back, so I'm going to have them do that again tonight too. Finish that on up. Give them something to do. So I just take the rest of the crust here. And I'll just fill the sides. And I won't need it all, so all I have to do is just cut it. Just smash that in there to combine it together. And I'll just take my knife and just cut the edges off. So we'll use the rest of this for the stars too as well. I'm gonna help you with that. Got my grandson here with me. He's the big helper here. He's doing the video for me today, which is a big help.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Come over here and say Merry Christmas. This is John Muir.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
He said Merry Christmas, YouTube family. Okay, so I'll just take the rest of the pie crust and just even out the sides here.
This is only for the stars?
No, this one here I'll use this one here for the stars. I'll just lay it out flat and then we can cut the stars out. And then we have our stars to go on top of our peach cobbler. So we'll just layer that in there real good. Make sure we got our edges looking pretty. Nice and neat there. Okay, so now that I have my pie crust in the dish there, now I'll go ahead and I can start my peaches. And like I said, I have 5 cans of yellow sliced peaches that I'm just going to go ahead and put in the pan, and season it up. I have some vanilla, cinnamon. I have some cinnamon butter with sugar, and I have some salt, and I have some light brown sugar. And I have some lemon extract to give it a nice little ping when you bite into your peach cobbler. So let's get started with our peaches. We're going to set this aside so we can get started with our peaches. Go ahead and cut the bottom. See where the 2 arrows are? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start my peaches. I have my pan on medium-high here, and I have 1 stick of butter that I'm going to add to the pan and melt down.
Get that muddy real quick.
Make sure we got all the paper off. Melted butter, melt the butter down nice and good. What you do with the... Okay. So we'll just go ahead and get our butter melted. And with my peaches, for 2 of the cans, I'm just going to drain. I'm going to drain the juices off because I don't want my filling to be too juicy. I want it to be a little thickened, and I didn't bring my cornstarch to thicken it up, so I'm just going to use a tad, maybe 1 teaspoon of flour, and add to it just to thicken it up a little bit to make it a nice cobbler. Okay. So I'll go ahead and I'll have a 1/2 cup of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and add to the pan there too. And blend that together. Try to get this caramelized here. Melt that down. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to show you the salt this time, and I have to measure. 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to add into. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Just 2 nice teaspoons of vanilla. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of lemon extract. I'm going to put some lemon extract in as well. Primo, can you open the cans so we can get our peaches in? So that we get all those flavors combined in with the sugar.
Drain 2 of them?
Yeah, just drain 2. Just like I said, I'm going to go ahead and make put maybe 2 teaspoons of flour and to thicken it, just giving it a thickening agent. And okay, so now I'm going to add in a 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. Not yet. I didn't want to put it in yet, but go ahead. I didn't want to put it in yet. I just said open the cans. Okay, let's put our brown sugar in. That's okay. It's okay. It's going to all cook down anyway. Just open them up, Primo, and then we'll add them in because I wanted actually the sugars to melt down, but it's okay. And just drain 2 cans. Okay? You drained that one already? Alright, so now we'll just let that cook. We'll let that cook down. And I'm going to add my cinnamon. I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. That's my 2 tablespoons, guys. We have our lemon extract and we have our vanilla extract. Like I said, that lemon extract is going to give it a good tang. Okay, did you? You drank it? Go ahead and pour it in there. Go ahead and pour it in. Yeah, you can use that if it won't come out. Did you get them all out of there? It's my little helper here, guys. Just drain half of that can then. Okay, now you can add it in there. Alright, and our hands are washed. Gotta keep your hands clean. Our hands are clean. So now we'll bring it up a little so we can let that boil. We need all the juices. Okay, and here's our last can here. Is that all 5 cans? No, get the other can because I want a full dish of peach cobbler. And what I don't use, I can make a miniature thing of peaches with some Cool Whip. Take your time. Alright. Alright, now put the cans in the trash and we'll let that cook. We'll give it a good, 5 more minutes to cook down because we are going to bake it. I'm going to set my oven to 350 and let that preheat. Take your time, crew. You just okay. We'll let that cook for a good 5-10 minutes. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my cinnamon sugar butter spread. It's a spread. I'm just going to add that right on in there too. Maybe a teaspoon of that right in there. And let that melt down. And while that's cooking, I'm about to start my stars, get my stars ready to go on top. Once I let my peaches cool, then I can just go ahead and add it onto the topping, my stars that I'm going to go ahead and create to set this thing off. Put it in the oven, bake it for 45 minutes till the crust is done and my peach cobbler is complete. So we have all our flavors right in here. That lemon, like I said, is going to give it a nice kick. You can also even use, sometimes you can use some orange extract, any type of flavoring that you desire for your peach cobbler. You can use that in your peaches. It smells so good. So we'll just let that cook and we'll be back. Okay guys, now that I have my peaches on, I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg into my peaches as well. Just a touch of nutmeg. And he's going to stir it. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready with the stars. So I'm just going to roll it out just a little bit. So I'll just take my smaller stars because this is a small dish. So I'll just add them all along the sides. And, no, wait a minute. I'm going to start with these ones first, around the edges. Get our stars shaped out. That way that process is done. And we have ourselves some stars that's going to go on top of our peach cobbler for the holiday, guys. It's the most easiest and convenient way to make a decorations for your desserts. For our cookies, we're going to make stars. So I added some flour to the counters just so my dough wouldn't stick. Okay, so I'll go along the sides here and make the bigger ones. And then you can go with the next size, right over top of where I made. Like, go close as you can, right there. And just go all the way around the sides while I do here. And we'll just layer our stars. You don't have to take them out yet. So we might have to just open up the other pie crust too and use that as well. So I'm going to turn my peaches off. Let those cool so it won't soften my pie crust when I go to add it onto into the dish. It won't go ahead and soften my pie crust, and everything will cook evenly. Okay, so I think that's all the stars we're going to get out. If you want to open up the other pie crust there, open that one. Get that ready. So I'll just lay my stars to the side here. And I'm going to melt down some butter. That way I can add some butter on top of the stars instead of the egg white this time. I'm going to just go ahead and add some butter right on top, some melted butter right on top of our... Okay, so you can go ahead and just make a bunch of little stars there. So, yep, start around the edge. You see, he got it, guys. Let's get my butter melted down.
Alright, guys, first day. First day.
Just leave them in there. That way we can take them out at the same time. Just to go around. Just go all the way around.
They keep coming with them.
Oh, it's keep coming up? Yeah, be careful because you don't want them to flatten. You want nice size stars for your topping. So I turned my peaches off. I'm going to let them cool before adding it into the crust. I got my oven heated to 350, and I could go ahead and add that in the oven for 45 minutes to an hour. Whenever the crust is done, your pie is done, because your peaches is already cooked. Okay, I think that should be enough. Go ahead and do the rest of it.
Last one.
We'll just make sure that our pie crust is nice and even in our dish. Get that nice pretty look, decorated look. My granddaughter's in there. She's in there watching TV. She's not a...
She's shy. Scared of the camera.
A helper when it comes on the video, because she helps out a lot when she wants to. Put it that way. Okay, and we can set that aside, set that in a bowl there. Set it in a bowl right there. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll let my peaches cool before adding it into my dish.
Peace out.
Okay, now that I have my peaches cooled down, I can go ahead and add that to the dish here with my crust. Just add it right into the dish. Made it nice and full with the 5 cans. And I went ahead and I kept some of the juices. I added just a touch bit of flour and added to it to make it thick as it cooks. So we'll just go ahead and add just maybe half of that in. And we gave it the juices for our peach cobbler. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some good old cinnamon on top. Ooh, cinnamon everywhere. And I'll go ahead and I'm going to sprinkle some sugar on top as well. Let me get my sugar here. So I'll go ahead and I'll sprinkle some sugar on top as well. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. Okay. Get my hands dried off before I add my stars on top. Go ahead and clean this off. Now I can go ahead and start layering my stars. So I'll take my stars and I'll just place them all around the edges. All of the big stars. We'll get that up there. Put that up on the edge. Okay, and now I can go ahead and just layer my small stars right on top of there. He made a bunch of them. Just giving it some decorating ideals for the holiday. And then we'll just lay our stars right on top of each other. We'll layer them. Our smaller stars, we'll just lay them on top of the big stars and we'll fill our dish. And I'll put one here. Wait a minute. Let's put this over some more. We'll lay one here. And we'll lay one here. And now I'll go ahead, I melted some butter. I'll go ahead and add some butter on top. So it can cook evenly. So my crust won't burn. And we'll place it in the oven until done. When you see your crust is done, let's say about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on your oven. Everyone has different ovens, so it depends on your oven. And then your peach cobbler is done. So let me place this in the oven. And we have our peach cobbler ready to go. In the kitchen with Chef Carol. Thanks everyone for watching my channel. Thank you for watching the video. God bless you. Happy holidays. And I love you.